Hi guys, welcome to Becodewala. I welcome you to my new amazing tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to learn how to build a fried chicken website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So here you can see on my screen we have a beautiful website of the fried chicken where we are going to sell the fried chicken, right? And here you can see the on the top we have a title of our website, and here we have a logo, and then we have a different menu section. So here we have a home, menu, about and contact, and you can see that the hover effect, right? So we are going to build all these things using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now we have a hero section. In this we have a beautiful heading and the some paragraph. Then we have a button, and when you click on this button it will go to the menu section. And here on the right side we have a image, right? What we are going to sell on this side. So suppose you are selling some other foods, so you can replace this heading and paragraph, then you can replace this image, and you can use this website to launch your restaurant on the online sites. So here you can see that we are going to click on this, and here when you click on this we will be redirected to the our menu section, right? And here we have a, you can show that how many happy customers you have, fresh daily and 24/7. So you can define your whatever the things you want to show on the UI, right? So all these things we are going to build using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And in the font you are seeing is the Google font, the Poppins that we are going to use. So you can go and search Google font where you will get the Poppins, right? Now let's go to the menu section. So in menu section we are going to show the menu. What are the menu we are going to show? So here we have a the bestseller, the tag. Suppose you have a some best selling product that we are selling, so you can show a badge like this bestseller. If you have a best value on the lowest price, we are going to sell some products, then we have to show this badge over the image, right? Then we have a title and description of this image, right? And then we have a price and add to cart. When you click on add to cart, what will happen? It will add to the cart. See, when I click on the cart it showed added, and here on the, here you can see that the cart icon on the right bottom, right? The cart, and it's showing one item has been added to cart. Suppose I added this, added, see, one item has been added, now it's become two. Now let's add one more. So see, add to cart means we are going to add these three items. And when I click on this it will show your order. So your order is like original crispy one, spicy hot wings one, and it is showing the price also, $15 each. And the, you can see that you can add or remove it, so you can add it, see, more, and the price will change in real time. You can see that if I remove it, see, when I remove it, it has been removed. And when I add more items, so three items I have added, so $35 each means $105. And when we click on proceed to checkout, it will show a pop-up, order placed successfully, order summary, family bucket of this price, three items, x3 means three items, and total is the bill, and thank you for choosing Crispy Delight. So this thing we can build using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And now we have a about section. So in about section you can describe your quality of your food that you are going to sell, right? Here we are selling like fresh ingredients, right? And we have secret blend of 11 herbs and spices, then hand breaded to perfection. Then we have a test our chicken. So when you click on test our chicken it will go to the menu section. And on the right hand side we have an image, we have the 10 year of experience badge, right? And now let's go for the contact section. In contact section you can give your location, hour, timing open, and the contact section for the like phone, email and all. then order and call now button. Now we have a footer section with our logo and we have the paragraph, then we have a quick links. So when I click on menu it will go to the menus, when I click on about it will go to the about section, when I click on contact section it can go to the contact section. And here we have a follow us on our Instagram, Facebook and Twitter for the more update. And here we have a copyright. Now we are going to see on the small devices. So let's go to the small devices and I will make it a small. See, it is looking perfect on small devices. You can see that it is fully responsive, and when I click on this menu icon it open the menu bar items. So home, menu, about. So when I click on about it go to the about section, when I click on home section it will go to the home section. And you can see that smooth scroll that we have added, right? And it is fully responsive, right? You can see it is fully responsive, right? And I am going to show you how we can deploy this project on the internet so that you can access from your mobile phone, your laptop, anywhere on the internet, right? So I am going to show you how to deploy this site, right? So no worries, we are going to build from scratch, we are going to deploy this site. So let's get started with our project, right? So let's go to the VS Code. So in VS Code, we are going to create our HTML file, CSS file and JavaScript file. So before that, if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe us. And if you like your project, so give a thumbs up, right? So we will create index.html, right? And then we can create our separate styles.css file. Then we are going to create script.js where we will write JavaScript code, right? So we will start with our HTML file. So we will generate the boilerplate code by using this image abbreviation, and when I click right but so it will open. Now I'm going to show you, we are going to use live server. So live server, we are going to use live server so that when we run our project, right, so it will automatically update our changes that we are going to do in your site, right? So must install that in your VS Code, right? So after writing this we can create our title, right? How we are going to show the title? So here we are going to show the title crispy delight tastiest the most beaten fried chicken, whatever the title you want to give. And you can add your logo right here also. So we are not going to use logo as of now. If you want to use, you can use the link tag and you can show your logo and all. And now we are going to show and attach our the font and the style.css. So how we are going to style our link our style.css file? So when we apply our CSS, right, we have to attach to the HTML file so that our website will look good, right? So here link our file. So this is the file style.css that we have linked. Now we have to get the Google font. So here search on Google font and we are going to use Poppins, and here click on get font and get embedded code, and here you can see that the links. So copy that links and paste in your HTML file in the head. So always put in head whatever the script that we are going to add, right? And after this we can go for creating our each section. So first of all, which section should we create? So first of all we are going to create our menu section, right? So first of all we are going to create our navbar section. So here we'll have a logo and the nav items with the hovering effect, all these things. So we are going to build. So first of all let me comment here navigation, and here we are going to build our all the navigation item. So I will use nav tag. So nav tag, in this we are going to add a class. So class, and in this class we have to name navbar so that with this class we can style our navbar, right? And let's create a div, and in this div we'll create another div, and we'll create another div, and there we'll write our logo. So how we are going to write our logo? So in the logo, whatever the name you have, you can write. And why we use a span tag in the delights? So here the delight is of different color, crispy of different color, right? So we are going to style this part with a different style, so that we are going to wrap in a span tag, and a span tag is a inline element, right? So let's go and add a class for our nav container. So nav container, and then we are going to add a class for our logo, right? Our right logo, nav logo, this is the class name. Then we have a h2 tag where we are going to show, but we have duplicated it, so I'll remove it. So here we have a h2 tag, in that we are going to show our logo. Then, and you can see the live results also. So how we are going to see the live result? How to open your html file in a live server? So press ctrl shift p, then it will open this search bar, then search live. So here you can see that it's a live server, right? So here it is showing the option to stop live server, open live server. So I have already opened the live server, right? So our running code 5501, and you can see that the title and the heading that we have added right now, right? So let's go for our code, right? And now after this div, out of this div we can add our all list icon. So to add our list item, we can use ul tag, and in this ul tag we will add a class, and in this class we have name as a name menu, right? And in this name menu we are going to add all list, and here all list with the class nav item, right? This is the nav item, and in this we are going to use anchor tag, and in this we are going to add a href, so that we are going to click on it and we are going to that section, right? So that we are going to add this, and we'll use this id, right? href, right? This we are going to add the id with the home section. So all these things we are going to see, right? We have added this. Now see the results. So let's go and see the result. See, our menu items has been added. So it is looking ugly, that we are going to fix by css later. But before that we have to go out of this ul tag, and then we have to add the bar. So name menu bar that we are going to create here. So on the small devices the menu bar is showing, right? That we are going to create, right? Otherwise you can use any icon also. So it depends on you how we are going to create. So I'll create a div, and in this div we have to add the class name and the span with the bar, so 3 bar. So here we are going to show the 3 bar, right? You can see that on the menu 1 2 3, right? So for this, then this complete our navbar. So after navbar we are going to write the code for our home section. So home section, in home section we are going to create the section using section tag, and in this we have to place the id. So id is home. So why we are going to use id? To select this element, and also to here when you click on this home button, and we have added in href hashtag home, so it represent id, right, of this section. So it will go to that section when we click on it. And we have to add the class hero, and after that we have to create a div, and in this div we are going to create one more div, and in this we are going to add h1 tag, and there we'll add our title, right? So crispy tasty. So crispy tasty, and then in this only we are going to add the fried chicken. So in the span we are going to add a fried chicken, because the fried chicken you can see that it is like the different color. But here in our side, first let's style this the neighbor, then we will style and build our hero section. So let's go for the styling. So let me open my VS Code, and before building home section we have to style all this thing. So I will format the document, right, and then here we have to style this navbar. So in the style.css we are going to style our navbar, right. So let me open in a, so here you can see that in the live, but it will not be responsive until we'll write our CSS. So we'll start writing our CSS. So here we are going to add in the whole side margin padding 0 and box as a border box, so that the extra space will be removed. Then when we scroll we have to add the scroll behavior smooth, so that our website will load smoothly. Then in our body tag we have to implement the font Poppins and sans serif. Then we have to add a line height, so that there will be the space between this. And then the color, so color we are going to apply this the color of the whole text. Then here the overflow x hidden. So if overflow go in the horizontal, right, then it will be hidden. And here you can see that the nav item is looking blue, but we have added this color because this is the anchor tag, this is the by default color, right. So that we are also going to style. But before that let's write for the container class container. And in this container we are going to add a max width, and in the max width we are going to add 1200 pixel. And then after that we are going to add margin, and in margin we are going to 0 and auto. And you can see that the changes live on the right side of my screen. And here padding we are going to add 0 and 20 pixel. So it depends on you how we are going to style. So in container after that we are going to style our navbar. So in navbar we are going to add this. So here the background, right, the background color is white for our navbar. Then backdrop filter 10 pixel, position fixed, top from top it will be 0, width 100%, gen index 1000, and the transition on, right. So after this we are going to style our nav container. So in nav container here we are going to hit max width 200 1200 pixel, and margin 0 and auto, and the padding will be 1 rem and 20 pixel. And the display we are going to hit flex, so that it will be in a row, and the justify content between, so that a space between this, and align item center. Then after that we are going to add the nav logo. And in this nav logo class we are going to you style first the h2 tag. And in h2 tag this is our logo crispy delight, and then we can define the color of that, right, and the font size and the font weight how it should look. So this how we have styled it. Then after that we have a this logo, right, but the logo delight should be in the different color. So we are going to nav logo span, and we have to define the color. So in the nav logo we have a span tag, so we have to select that element. So after that we are going to style our nav menu. So nav menu you can write it display flex, so that the menu should be in the, so this is not responsive because we have to use the media query that we will write after styling for our desktop. First we are going to style for our desktop, then we are going to style for our media, right? Now here we are going to style for our the other part, like nav link. So I'll show you in the right side, so it will be beautiful to see, right? But it we are going to style for the desktop first, and after that we'll style for the small item. And after this nav menu, we have to style the link. So link decoration will be none. So link decoration none means all this, the color and the underline has been removed. Then color, we have to define how the link of the color. Then font weight, transition of the color, and the position we have to fix relative, right? Then when we hover on it, nothing happens, right? So when you hover on it, we have to apply this color. So now you can see that the color has changing, right? So after that, after link after, so when we hover, we have to show a underline, right? Underline the bottom, right? The bottom border, like so. For that we have to add a content empty, then position absolute, then width we have to make 0, and height we have to, width we have to make 0, then height we have to 2, so that when hover in, a underline will appear. But to add that, we have to add another thing, right? So nav link hover after with 100%. When you add this, the bottom, in the bottom, when you are adding an element, so that when you hover on it, it should show a, see opening, see hover after. And we have added the transition width 0.3 second and is, so that it is increasing. See, the width of is increasing in the 0.3 second. And to apply this, we have to add it the hover after with 100%, then only it will apply the hovering. So you can see that it is fully responsive on our desktop, right? And we will build for a small devices also later on, right? So let me show you. Now let's style for our nav toggle, right? So toggle, I don't want to show on a small the desktop, because the menu should show on the small devices. So that's why I have written none for the desktop. And when the menu should show in a column wise. So the website that we have built, so in this the menu is in the row column wise, right? One by one, and the cursor pointer. Then after that we can style our bar. So in the bar, how we are going to style? So after adding a styling for the bar, right, height, width, background color, margin, so this bar we are going to show on the small devices, that we will write when you write the media query, that time we will write the display block, that time it will show, and display none for the desktop. Now let's style. So we have successfully styled our this navbar for the our desktop, right? So now we are going to style our hero section. So in hero section we have this, let's go and see. So here we header tag, then we have some paragraph, then we have a order footer chicken button, and the right side we have a image. So how we are going to style, and below that we have a this happy customer data and the fresh daily. So these are the things that we are going to add. So in the home section we have already added this div tag, and in that we have added the heading, right? Now we have to add the paragraph, right? So how we are going to add the paragraph? So after this h1 we have to add a paragraph, and then we are going to use class hero description, that we are going to use this class to style this paragraph. And in this paragraph we have to add the text that you want to show. Then we have a button, So for the button, when you click on that button, we have to go on the fried chicken menu, right? So we will create a button, so class name with the cta button. When you click on that, it will go to the scroll menu. What is this? This is the function, javascript function. So this function we have not created it. When we will write our script.js file, then type we will create our this function. And when you click on this function, it will go to the menu item where user can order the food. Then after, out of this div, in the separate div, we are going to show this image. You can see the on the right hand side. So how we are going to show the image? So we'll create a div tag, and in this div tag we are going to add the image tag. So here in the div tag, we'll create a div tag, and in this div tag we'll write the class hero image, and in that we are going to show this image. So this is the image link. So you can use unslash.com or other website to show the image on your site. So you can go and search on the internet this image or other image that you like, copy the link and paste it here. So this is the image that we are going to use, and put in a src, the source of the image. Then the alternate text, suppose the image is not showing, then it will show the alternate text instead of the image when the some error happen in your image, right? So after this, we are going to, in this section we are going to show this data, right? Status. So static data, right? Happy customer, fresh daily, hot ready. So to show this, we have to create a separate div, right? So in this div we will create a class for styling. So hero stat. So in this we'll write hero stats, and then we have to show the static data that we want to show. So we'll write the div, and in this div we'll write h3 tag, and in that we have to show the how much customer we have, happy customer. So we'll write the stat with the happy customer 5000. So we want to show more static data, so we have to just use the same thing, right? The same thing we are going to use for the fresh daily with the 100%, right? Then we are going to show static data 24/7 hot ready. So these are the things that we are going to add. So let's see how it is logging. So when you, so order fried chicken button, you can see that, right? And the image, see, it is not responsive. So we are going to style, and this is the 5000 happy customer fresh daily. So it is looking ugly, right? So we are going to style our hero section also. So to style our hero section, we have to go where style.css, and in style.css we have to style the hero section. So let me open and show you how it is changing as we style. So here let's style. So here in the hero section we'll write minimum height 100 vh, then background linear gradient with this color and the degree and the percentage of this color, right? And then here we are defining the padding from the x-axis, y-axis and other axis that we want to show. Then display flex means it will show in a row, and the flex column, direction column, and the justify content center, so that it will be in the center. So now let's style our hero container. So in hero container class, to define the max width. So hero container, you can see that, where is our hero container? Let me show you. So in the home section we have not added the class here. So we'll write hero container, hero container. So here we'll write hero container. As we write hero container, see the style changes, right? So hero container class that we have added, and here for this we'll write the hero content, and after this for the h1 we'll write the class to style the h1, right? Hero title, title, and then here we have a span tag with the highlight class, right? And then we have a paragraph hero description. So we have added our class name for our HTML that we have missed, right? So must add this hero content and hero container and the hero, right, class. So after that, let's make it more small, and after that we have to style the other class like hero content. So let me show you in a here, because we are going to style for the desktop first, right? So here hero content animation side in left 1 second is, and then so means here we are going to create this animation below, and here we are going to add the title style. So hero title will be like font size 3.5 mm, font weight, line height, and the margin bottom. So you can style this hero title, and then let's go for our, so here we are going to add the highlight, so color display. So now see the fried chicken will be the different color. Now go for our hero description. So in the hero description we are going to add the font size, so font size and the line height that we are going to show. So line height, margin bottom, color, right? So depend on you how we are going to style our website. Then we have a CTA button, right? So how we are going to style the button? So to style the button, we have used the background color, then color of the text that we want to show on the button, then padding, then border, radius, and then the font weight, cursor, pointer, transition, how it will animate and all, and back shadow of the button. So we have styled this button, right? So image is too large, we have to style that also, right? So to style the image, we have to, but before that we can add a hover on this hover button. Let me close this. So on the hover of the CTA button, we have to, I want to change this background color to this X color code, then translate in the white 2 pixel, and the box shadow become this, right? So this how we can style this. Now we have to style the hero image. So to style hero image, we can write position relative, animation side in right 1 second, and is, then we have to define the width and height so that the image will be responsive. So width 100% we have defined, height 500 pixel, object fit cover so that it will cover all the deep, right? It should not be stretchy, and here we are adding border radius 20 pixel and box shadow. So you can see that how it is looking great right now. So this is the power of CSS, right, that we are going to add, right? Now we have a status. So to style the status, so here you can see the stats. We have a display flex, justify content center, gap we have to define between this, and then the margin, top, and the animation. So see that now we have to increase the size and all. We can increase it if you want. So status align center, we can make it in a center. Then we can define, write the style for the h3 tag, right? Font size, see the font size has been increased, right? This is the h3 tag that we are using. Then after that we have a paragraph. So the paragraph light, color, and the font weight, see happy customer and fresh daily. So we have successfully designed our hero section for the desktop, right? So now let's create for the other section. So I'll open the index.html. Now we'll style our menu section. So let's go for the menu section. So to create the menu section, we have to add the heading here. So here in the menu section, we have a heading, paragraph, and the image card. So this card all are similar. For some card we have added this badge, but the image, the text, the paragraph, the price and the add card button are similar. So once we create one card, we can copy and use the style and the text and content like others. So let's add for our section for our menu. So menu section. So in menu section we are going to add section tag, and in this section tag we have to add a class for a styling, and we have to add the id also, so that the when you click on the menu, right, menu item navbar, so it will go to the menu section, so that we are going to use id and we can select this element in our javascript also. So it will be very helpful. Then here in the class we have to add container. Then here we have to add another div, and in this we have to add the section header class. So here we can add a class section header, and after that we have to add our heading and paragraph, right? So for our menu section, so our supreme menu and the text most beaten. So here you can see that that is looking, but we have to style it, right? So we will style that also. Then after adding this, so go out of this div, and we have to add a div, and in this div we have to add a class, and in this class we have to write menu grid. So you can use flex grid, so whatever you want to use, and we are going to use to style in the css like grid, right? And div, here we are going to add a div, and in the id we have to add a class name menu item. And after that here we have to div, so wrap the image in our div. So how we are going to wrap our image in a div? So we have to add the like src. In src we have to add the image link. So I have added the image link. This is the image link, and the alternate states when the image will not show, right? Then after that we have to add the heading for this image, right? So bestseller on the top, right? So the item batch, right? So that we have to show on this image. So it depend on you in which image you want to show this badge, right? Then after this bestseller div, go out of this div and create another div, and there we write the heading, right? Menu content, everything. So class, then write menu content content. Then we have to add the h3 tag and the div tag. So we are going to add h3 tag, format the document, yeah. So h3 tag with the original cripsy. So this is the heading for our menu. Then our paragraph description for this menu. Then how much the item price, so you can show the item price, and add cart button, right? Class add cart button, data item will be the original cripsy. So this we are going to use in our javascript, that when we have to add the cart functionality, then data price will be 12. So how we are going to add the 12? So when we are adding this cart to item, how it is calculating this two item has added? So we have defined this data price data item. So we are defining each card, right, to get their data. So that's why data item data price, right? So we have added the html for the one card. So here you can see that the top, this is the image that we are going to show, and then we have a sum, the bestseller, this batch we have to style, the heading, then our signature, paragraph, and the add cart button, and the price. So all these things we have added for one. So for one we have a multiple, so we have a multiple item, so we have to show multiple card. We have added one card, so we have to show six card. So we have already added one, so we have to add more five cards, right? So how we are going to add more five card? So I'm just going to copy and paste my all the. So here I have added all this thing. See, I've added everything, that all six item image, the heading, the price and everything, right? So we have to style all these things. So how we are going to style? So to style we have to go in our style.css file, right? So let's go to the style.css file, and here we are going to start with the menu class. So in the menu class, padding 100 pixel and background white, right? So let me open. So we are designing for the like desktop first, so it will look responsive on desktop first, then we'll style for the other parts. So here the section header should be like text align center, margin, bottom and everything that we want to show. See, text align center and the margin bottom for rem. Then for the heading, so our supreme menu, this heading we want to style. So for the heading font size we have to increase 2.5 rem, font weight 800, color and the margin from the bottom how much you want. Now we can style our paragraph tag. So to style our paragraph tag we have added the font size, the color of the paragraph and the font weight. Then to style this all this card we have to use the grid. So if you don't know grid, so must read for the responsiveness. So here we are going to add a display grid, and grid column repeat autofill with the 350 pixel and 1 fr, and then we are going to use the gap between these cards, and after that we have to add the style for our menu item. So background white, border radius for our item, right? Then we are going to add overflow, hidden and the transition and position relative, right? Then let's go and check, see how it is looking. So we have a this three cards, right? And we have a space, right? Now we are going to show the menu hover on the menu. We have a transform translate y minus 5 pixel, and then box shadow we want to add on the menu. So see the menu card is looking great, right? So see how it is. So not this is our current one. So this is how the box shadow we have added. Now we have to style our the card, right? So to style our card and images, so for the images we are going to add the position relative. So let's add position relative and overflow hidden. So we have added to our image, and we have to set the width and height of the image also, right? So that it should be proper. So for the menu image we have to add the width 100% and height 250 pixel, and the object fit cover and transform with the 0.3 second each, so it will be fully responsive image for the cards. You can see that. Let me increase. See, you can see that the cards, right? And now in the menu hover, right? So when the hover on the menu item image, so it will transform scale 1.05. See, now on the item badge, so here we have added the best value. So this badge we want to show on the top of this right card. So how we are going to style it? So position we have to add absolute first. So we have to add position absolute, and After adding position, we have to define where. So top, from top 15 pixel, from left 15 pixel, then background color of this, then color of the text, then padding, then border radius, font size, font weight. So these are the simple style that we have to add. Then the menu content. So menu content padding 1.5 rem, so it will take the space inside the card. And then we have a heading, right? Family bucket. So these are the, so we have to style this, so we have to style the font weight, color, bottom, right? And then after that heading, we have to style the paragraph, that the description of the menu, right? Color, then margin, bottom line height, how much should be. Then the footer. So in the menu footer, we have to show the flex for this price and add to cart button and justify content space between, so that it will go on the other side. Then for the price, we are going to style. So for the price, we are going to add the font size 1.5 rem, font weight 800, and the color of the price. Then we have add cart button, right? So how we are going to style our add cart button? So we have to add some background, then color, text white, and the padding. Then we have a border and the cursor point and the transition. Then when we hover on it, so we have to have hover effect on the add cart menu. So add cart hover background of this, so see the background hover and translate, right? So we have styled our the menu item, right, on the large devices, right, the desktop. Now we have to add another section like services and contact, right? So home, about, menu, services, contact. So let's go and see our navbar. We have added extra items, right? So in the our existing project, we have to add the home, then menu, right? We don't have services section, so home, menu, about, and contact. So we have a all four section right now. If you want to add more section, you can add it. So it depend on you how we are going to show your website to the user, right? After this, you have to style for the other section. So what is the other section? So on other section, here we are going to design the about, and in this we have a heading on the left hand side, then the some paragraph, right? And then some description, the points that we want to show about us. Then test our chicken button, when you click on it, it will go to the menu item. Then the right hand side, we have a image and the 10-year excellence badge. So we want to show all these things, so will add in this. So to add in this, we have to create our HTML first, right? So in HTML, we have to write the comment about section. Then in about section, we have to add the section tag, and in the section tag we have to add id about, and then we have to add the class about. Then after that we can add a div, and in this div we want the class string container for the, here the class div container. And then we can add another div, we can add the class about content. Then after that we can add the div, and in this div we have to add the class about text. So about text. Then we want to show first the h2 tag, right? Then the heading, and then the paragraph, right? So to add that, Let me copy paste and show you what are the things that we are going to add in this div. So I have already created. So in the about text we have to add the heading, right? Heading flavor that stay in your mouth, then the h3, the small heading, then the paragraph, then the ul tags for the all the list item that we want to show the points. The so we have added 4 points. Then we have a button. So when we click on this button, so it will go to our test our chicken section from menu section. So we have added the same function, right? Scroll to menu. So this function will create in the JavaScript. Then let's see how it's look. So see, it's looking something like this, but we have to style all this using a style.css, and we have a image also, right? So to show the image we have to create a div tag, right? So in the div tag we have to create a image, right? So you have to provide the source. Then for that image we want to show the badge on the this image on the top, experience badge 10 year of excellence, right? So let's go and see how it's look. So here you can see that the image and the 10-year experience. So we have to style all this thing. We have already written our index.html, right? Here with the proper separative so that it should not interfere each other, right? And after this we have to go for the style section, and there we will style our about section. To style our about section we have to first of all add the padding, right, from the x-axis and the background gradient, right? Then let me show you. So here we have added the padding, right, and background. We have added a different background color for this section, right? So it depends on you how we are going to style your site. And for the about content that we are going to show will be display grid, then grid column 1fr. Then we want to show the gap 4rem, then align item center. So now see, when we use grid how it is look. So grid is very important in the CSS, so must know. Then to style our h2 tag we have to style the font size, font weight, color and margin from the bottom. So now it's, you can see that our heading. Now we have a h3 tag, right? So a small heading, then for that we have added font size, color, margin, bottom. So see now, and after that we have all the list item, right, and the paragraphs. So for the paragraph we want to show font size, line height and all. See, this is the paragraph. Now we have to style our all this list item. So to add the list style we have to make it first list style none, so that the initially we are it is showing some. Here initially it was showing the round points, right? We have to remove that and we are going to add our style, right? So for the future style, so here we are going to add the padding between the each feature that we want to show, and the padding left, right? See the features. And after that, when like we have to add the a sign icon, right? The sign icon before this. So how we are going to add that? So to add that we have to use the before. So we are going to use before, right, class, and here we are going to add the content before content was GP. Now we are going to use sign tick. So we are going to use sign tick and position absolute, left 0, and color and the font weight and the font size. So here it is showing right now. See, we have defined the color of this also, the font size, right, everything. Then we have a call to CTA button. So in the call to say test our chicken, so in that when we click on this, it should go to the menu section, right? So how we are going to style this? So to style that, we have to do the background transparent, then we have defined the color of this, and then border radius, padding, font weight, how it will be. See, a background transparent means it will take the background color, right, of this section, right? Then when you hover on it, we want to add some background color and the text become white, and that translate in the y direction to x. See, so these how we have added, right, the CSS. And now we have about image. So to about image, we have to style, right? So about image position relative, right? So position, we have to make it relative, and after that we have to style the image. So we have to add the width and height of that image, and the height and object fit, so that it will cover all the div that in which we want to show. See, and we have added the border radius also. You can see that the round corner 20 pixel and the box shadow of the image also. Then we have to show the badge. So the experience badge, we have to add the position uh, absolute, and because it is a child that we want to show on the top, the bottom, then bottom, from the bottom 20 pixel and left 20 pixel, and the about, we have a background white of this badge. Then we want to show border radius, text align, and the box shadow, see, on the top, right? Now if you want the ear should be block, and font size, font weight, and color, if you want to change, you can see that it has been changed, the year. And the text, we have a text inside also, right? 10 year of experience, right? So font size and color, that also we can change it. So we have created this section successfully. Home, menu, about, right? We have to give the create the context section, right? So how we are going to create the context section? So to create the context section, we have to add the HTML first. For that, let's create our about section. So what are the things that we have to add in our about section? So in about section, we have a visit us today heading and the paragraph, the same style that we have added in our menu section, the same style, just the content we have changed. Then we have a these three cards, right? And here it is showing the location, hours, and the contact data, and all the cards, these three cards have the same style. And on the right hand side we have a different card, and there we are showing the order now, call now, right, this button. So let's create the about section. So to create the about section, first of all we are going to write the section tag, right? And in this section tag we have to add the class, and class will be the contact, and then we have to create the id, and id will be the contact, right? Then after that, in this section we have to create a div, and we have to write the container. Then this is the class, right? So we have to write in the class, right, container, and container. And after that we have to create another div for the class. What are the class that we are going to create? Section header. So on the header, how it will be the style. Then we are going to add not this text, we are going to add a text that we've added in our site, visit us today, right? So visit us today, come taste the different crispy delights. So after this div heading, we have to show three cards, right? So in that three cards, let me create a div, and in the div we have to add a class, and in this class we'll write the contact content. So in this we'll write the contact content, and in this contact content we have to create a div for the info of our contact. So div, and here we will store our contact info, and there we'll write a div for our info card. So we are going to create three cards, right? So in this we are going to create the three cards. First card for the location, right? Then second card for the hours opening, right? And then here contact section for the email, your phone number that you want to add, right? Then after this div we have to add another div for the order now section. So in that we have to create a div in the order section class, and here we are adding the h3 tag and the paragraph and the two buttons for the call now or order online. So here you can see that we have added this, and this it has been a style. It is taken a style because we have added the same class to this heading also, right? That's why it is taking the same style container, right? So when you write one style for one class, you can use the same class to style other, right, element in our component, right? And here we have to build this order now call button. When I click on order line, it will go to the menu section. So we have to first style all this thing, right? So let's style all this data. So we are going to use css for that. So let's go to the css and let's write for our contact. So for the contact we have to add first padding and the background, what background we want for the contact section, and then content, how we want to show the content. So display grid, template column 2 and 1 fr. So it will take the, see, it will let the two portion like width. So here we have a three sections. So 1 2 3. So here you can see the right left side section is taking two times the right section, right? So that's why we have added here 2 fr 1 fr, right? And the gap 4 rem. So these are the simple grid style that we are applying here. And after that we have to add a grid info. So grid column auto fit, so it will automatically fit, and 250 pixel we are adding width and all. Then in the info card we have to show the background of that card, how it will be padding, border radius, text align, transition and all. So you can see that, but we have to add other style. If you want to add the location text different, so you can add it, depend on you how we are going to style. Then we have to add the here on card hover translate y 5 pixel, see on the y axis. And then here we have to style the info card. So info card heading we have added the color font size, see we have changed the color, right? Then we have a paragraph, right? So the for the paragraph we have added the color and the line height, right, for this paragraph that we are showing here. Then after that we have a order section, right, on the right hand side. So for the order section we have to show the different background color, right, that we want to show, and the corner images, border radius, and the white of the text that we are going to add in that. Then we have a order section, we have a heading also, right? So heading font size, bottom margin weight. So we have to style this. Then we can style the paragraph, right? So for the paragraph we have to add the margin bottom 2 rem and the opacity is 0.9. Then we have a order button. So display flex, display column, and the gap between the order button is 1 rem. Then we have a order button, right? We have a buttons and the button. So for the particular button we want to add the padding, border radius, and the transition style. So for both the button have the same style, but I want the phone button with the different style, right? So for the different style, I want the order button. For the online, I want the background should be transparent for the online button. So background transparent, color white, and border, right? See, now when we hover on the button, what we are going to animate, so translate in the y direction, and the box shadow we have added. So when we hover on it, see, so we can add this small thing to make your website look more good. So now we will see the cart model. So here, let me go to the this side. So here when we adding this, so it is adding, showing this automatically the cart. When I remove it and I close this, the cart icon on the bottom right corner, it is not showing. When I click on add cart, when some item is added, then only it is showing. When I click on it, it is showing the model, right? It open a model, there it's showing your order, all the orders that we have added, this, the price and all. So we have to add this, right? So, and when you click on proceed to checkout, it is opening a pop-up, right, that your order placed successfully. So how we are going to add this? So first of all, we'll write the HTML, right, where we show the model. So to show the model, we have to create a div. So here the model, so in the cart model we have to create a div first, like we have created the like other section. You can pause the video and you can copy the code. And here you can see that we have created another div. In that we are going to add that the model content that we want to show, like your order, right? And when we have a close, when you click on the close button, it should close, right? Then the modal body, and in this body we want to show the total item that we have added and proceed to checkout button, right? So when we added some cart, so in the modal we have your order, then cross icon, then we have a this your item and the proceed to checkout button, right? So to after this we have to add this cart button, right? So cart button, you can see that in the below we have a cart button, right, the bottom. So how we are going to add? So we have to create a like the CTA but cart button, right? So cart button we have to create. So create a cart button with the button tag, right? And there we have to show the cart icon and how much the cart item that we have added. So let's go and see how it is looking. It is not looking right now. Here it is looking, but we have to show when the add to cart will be, the item will be added. So that functionality we are going to add using JavaScript, so that when the user click on this order button, add to cart, then the order will show. But it is showing right now because we have to style, right, according to the functionality, right? And then let's go for the styling. So how we are going to style our model? So to style our model, we have the model display none, position fixed, then we have to add the z index 2000, then from the left and the top we have to making 0, and the width and height 100%, and the background color, right? So let's go and see if any changes happen. So see the card, you can see that, but the model is not showing, right? So the model will show when we have to click on the cart button. So that functionality will add it using JavaScript, right? So here we'll write the model content, the background color of that, then margin, padding, border radius, and the width, position relative for the model content that we want to show. So here the model content, this, for this we are writing at the styling, right? And header, right? Your order header it is showing, right? So for the header we have to show padding, border, bottom, display flex, and item justify between, so that this your order and the cross icon should look on the other side, right? So for that we are adding this style. Then the h3 tag we have a close button. So when you click on this, so how we are going to style the close and model, right? Your order header, right? So here we are adding your order and the your cross style, right? So to after close button we can add the hover, right? And the mode body, right? So we have added the when hover, when you click on close button it should hover and it is change the color to, see, changing color, right? So for this and the model body padding we have added 1.5 rem. So it depends on you how we are going to style your model. Then we have a cart item, right? So cart item that we want to show when the user is adding, right? So this is the cart and the cart items that we are showing here. And after this the cart item that we have added the, right, in the model, right? So cart item display flex, space between, and the line item center, padding, bottom, right? Then last child item border, bottom, none, right? So here let add one more. Suppose I have added two items and one item of this, so we have a two different item. So here border batting, border bottom, you can see that it is showing for the first item, not for the second item, right? So it depends on you how we want to show this. So this is the card item, right? And card total, for the total we want to show the color of this font size of that. So this is the total with the font size and all. Then the model footer, right? So model footer, in the model footer we want to show padding and border, right, in the footer section. And then in the checkout button that we are adding in our model, right? So with 100% background color and the border radius, cursor pointer, so all these things, see, for the proceed checkout button, right? Now after that we have to, when you hover on it, how we are going to see, hover on it, background will be changed, see, the a small change in the background. So it depends on you how we are going to change on the hovering. Then we have a cart button. So here we have a cart button, see, in the below. So how we are going to style this? So for the cart button we have to make the position fixed, right? And the bottom, from the bottom we have to add some like 30 pixel, right? 30 pixel, right? On the right bottom we are showing, right, cart button, all the cart items like 2 3, how many items that we have with the cart icon, right? Then width and the height, font size, cursor pointer, and the box shadow and z index. So all this the simple style when we hover on it. So when you hover on it, see, it is scale, right? So we have to scale, right, when you hover on it. So we have to add the background color and scale transform 1.1. Then we have to show the card count, right? So the how many item that we have, like 4 item, 5 item. So for that, here you can see that the 3 item on the top right corner it is showing on the border. So for that we have added the top minus 5 pixel, right, minus 5 pixel. And here we have added the background color of that, then color text, border radius, right? And then we have added the align item center, justify content center. Then we have added the font weight. So for this cart item, right? So we have successfully added the this cart item. But I don't want to show, it is showing currently 0, right? But I want to show this when the user adds some item in the cart. So that functionality will write using JavaScript. So first of all let's complete the footer section. So in footer section what are the things we have to add? So in the footer section we have a this heading paragraph, then quick link. So when you click on this, it will quickly go to that section. Then follow us button. So with the some Instagram, Facebook, you will give your links, social media links. Then we have a border bottom, and then we have a copyright text. So all these things we have to show in the footer section. So let's go to the HTML, and there we'll write the footer section. So footer section is very simple, right? So I'm going to just copy and paste and show you. We have added the element, the HTML element footer, and then we have added the div class container. And in this div we are, why we are adding container, because we have used the same, right, for the styling of the other section, right? So that the same style will be applied and it will be responsive. Then footer content, how we are going to show footer content? In this we want to show the footer logo something, right? And I want to show the paragraph. Then we have a quick link section, so we'll create a separate div for that. In that div is a what, it take box. So in that box we want to show that quick links. So what are the links? That the menu, about, contact, right? So all these links. Then we have created another div, another box, and in that we add a heading followers, and it will add, you can add the here in href you can add your social media links, your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Then in the bottom we have to show the copyright with the copyright icon and the text, right? Your copyright or reserved. So all these things we have to show. So let's see. So currently it is looking something like this. So we have to style all these things using CSS. So let's go to the CSS, and here we'll style with the footer section. So with the footer section we'll write the footer background color. I want this background color applied in the footer. Color of that text whatever present in the footer I want white. Then butter padding we are want, so padding I want 4 rem and 0 and 2 rem from the this section, from the left, bottom, top, right? So all these things. So here we want footer content. Then the footer content we want to use the grid. So we are using 3. So 3 sections. So 1 2 3. So we have added the 3. So grid, right? So to fix it 1 fr, right? So all sections should be have a same space width, right? Then gap we can define a margin bottom. So currently it is looking something like this. So we have to style further. So we have a footer logo and the footer paragraph, right? So how we are going to style that? So for that, let me write the footer heading, font size, font but margin bottom, and font weight. For the logo I want the that specific part, that the one word should be this color and the font logo color, right? So see how it is looking like above, right? The same style we have applied here. Then the footer links, we have a footer link and a footer info and footer anchor tag. So for that we want to add a style, right? Footer link for the h4 tag, right? The color, the margin bottom, and the font weight, how it will be the quick link. So and we have also a style, the list style now, so that the all the default style will be removed. Then the footer links, text decoration none, and transition, and the line height, how it will be. Then when you hover on footer links, how the color will be changed, right? And the social links. So let me copy and paste the style for the footer links. When you hover on this, it will change to this color. On the social link, display will be flex, so it will show in a row, and the gap is 1 rem. And social link anchor tag, I want this color text. Then text decoration on, so that the default style of the anchor tag will be removed. Then the social link hover, I want a different color. See, when I hover on it, it is showing the different color. See, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right? Then after that, in the footer bottom we want to show the copyright section, right? So there we want to show border on the top 1 pixel solid with this color, and the text align in the center. So see the border on the top and the text align in the center, right? So we have styled the footer. Now we have to add the animation that we have used in the above. So here let me show you how we are going to add the animation in our site. So here we have used the side in left here, right, in the hero content. When we open for the first time, how the animation will show. So for the side in left, let's write the keyframes. So for the animation we use keyframes, and name of the style is side in left. So you can use this name to style any section, any part of your site. From opacity 0 to transform, translate x 50 to opacity 1, translate x 0 for our hero content. So let's go and check for the hero content. So let's refresh it. Let me go for the first home section. See it is, see it's coming from the, see animation, see on the left, from the left it is coming, see. So this is the animation that we added to this section. If you want other section to be animated like this, right, we can add the same way, right, for the other animation. So I have added many animation, right, in the this CSS. So I'll simply add the animation, right, side in up. So opacity I want initially from 0, and then translate by 50 pixel initially to opacity 1 and translate by 0. Then the floating, that the floating that we have used, right. So where is our floating, right? So you can add any animation, right. Suppose I want this, when I open it, see, see animation, see for this, see the happy customer, and the image you can see that we have applied the animation on the image, right. So these are the animation that you can use in your site to look more good. Now we have to make it responsive, right. So we have added the style for the like desktop, but we have not a style or the small. See how it is looking, it is not looking good, right. See it is broken, so we have to style this. So we are going to use media query. So let me show you. So what is media query? We have to define the screen, for the which screen 1224 pixel hero section. I want the add this width. I want the hero section font, hero title should be this, hero status gap should be this, and about content for this width should be this. Then I have also written the code for other section. Suppose I want for the this section, see it has been styled, right. Now it is looking good. How we have used, so we have to define the width, for which width I want the different style. So it will apply on this width only, up to this width, and the screen, right. So here adding nav menu should be fixed, and it should be left -100 pixel, then top flex direction column. So the same way that we style for the desktop, the same way we style for the small device, the mobile devices, and at what width we want to, up to what width. So you can define for the different breakpoints, right. And here we have defined for the menu item negative, then how the neighbor toggle will be flexed. So when you click on it, so it will, but when you click it is not opening, because we have to use the JavaScript for that, right. And we'll write it that also. And here we have to nav toggle that style for the nav toggle child, and you can see that the animation is applied, see, right, that we applied. So here we are adding a style for this width, right. So you can add the style for this width and for different section. So for the nav menu I want different style at this breakpoint, so you can define it in the in this media query, right? So similarly we can define the width style for the 480. So for the 480, so 480 pixel I want the hero title should be this, hero description size should be this, and the section header h2 tag I want 2 rem for this breakpoint, right? So it depends on you how we are going to style your cs like website. So you can see that we have styled successfully our site, right? So let me open on the different. So here let me inspect, and here suppose I want to go for the iPhone 12 Pro. So here on the iPhone 12 Pro it will look something like this. See, let's go for the other like iPhone 14 Max Pro. So it will look like this on the iPhone 14. So it is looking perfectly fine and responsive, right? So you can check on the different responsive website like device that it has added, and you can see that the width and height it is showing, right? So we have successfully designed our site, right? The HTML and CSS with the, but we have to add the functionality, right? To add to this cart, right? When you click on this it should add the cart, right? And when I click on this menu item it should open the menu item. So for that we are going to use JavaScript. So let's go for the JavaScript, but before that we have to link our JavaScript here, right? So that only it will work. So to add the JavaScript we have to, here bottom we have to add the script tag. There we have to write the file name script.js, see, in the src. So then only it will apply our all the function that we'll write in the JavaScript that will be applied to our site. So we will write the JavaScript to add the functionality in our page. So let's write the navigation functionality first. So first of all we have to select the HTML element from our DOM, then we will apply the functionality on that. So what is the element? The DOM. So if you have not see, I'll show you. So here this is the element that is present in our DOM. So this section div and all for this site. So we have to, suppose I have to select this site, I have to use this Navbar class to select this specific site. Otherwise I can use this element also to select this site. So if you don't know the DOM manipulation, go and learn the DOM manipulation in the JavaScript, and then you can get to know what is DOM manipulation. So first of all I will select the HTML element from this class that we have added in the HTML, right? So using query selector, and with the query selector we can select the class id any element, right? And here we are selecting the class, that's why we are using dot and in the query selector. And after this I have to write the add event listener. So here we are adding add event listener. So whenever click on this nav menu, like here we are using click event, it will make the that class active, right? And on the nav toggle also the class will be active, right? Then after that, to close the menu, right, we have to close the menu also, right? So how we are going to close? So close the mobile menu when clicking on the nav link. So first of all I'll select the nav link. So if anybody, see, let me show you. Suppose this is the site. So if I click on this any menu, the this menu bar will be closed. So I click on this and the menu bar will be closed. So how to add this functionality in JavaScript? So I'll select all the nav link, right? All the nav link, and for each nav link. So if any nav link the user will click, will remove the active class from toggle and the menu both. So this how we open and close the menu bar. Now we are going to add smooth scrolling for the navigation link. So when ever we click on any menu, like I click on the contact section, see how smoothly it scroll. So to add that scrolling, so here we have to select that anchor tag. Suppose I want to go for the home, so I click on the home button. I want to go to the home section, suppose I click on, so that's why I keep it after hashtag, it is empty, because I have to select any of that home menu in any section I want to go. When I click on it, and it should scroll for each section, so that's why we are going to select like this. And here for each, for any click, any link, if we click right, then that time we'll add a function. That function, what it will do, it will take this href attribute. Href is an attribute in the html element, right? If any of that like that particular link that we have clicked, right, will get that. Suppose I click on the home button, so I'll get home button from this line. So this how we have to select the home link. Then here, if we click on this, then we have to scroll into view, so it will scroll to that section and it will show in your screen, which is visible to you, with the behavior smooth and the block start. So this how we added. Then scroll to menu function. So right, so we have added the function in the html, right? Scroll to menu function in the html, right? Let me show you. Scroll to menu when we click on this button, order fried chicken. So how it is going to scroll to the menu when we click on that button, right? So first of all we have to select the menu, right? This id, this section that we have created in the html, right? Then this similarly, like scroll to into view, the same we are going to use the scroll into view, and it will go to that section with the smooth and block start, right? Now we have to add the cart functionality. So how we are going to add the cart functionality? To add the cart functionality, we have to create a let cart, and in this we are going to use array, because we are going to add many like items. So each item is an object, right? We are considering, so object, array of an object, right? And here we are initially the cart item is 0 initially, right? Now we have to select each element that we created in our like index.html, like card model, card button, card count, card item, card total, close. So all these elements we have created in our here model. See the card model, this, right? So suppose I want to select the card count, so here the card count is, see, it is, first of all, here the card count is 0, right? So we have, suppose I have to select, I have to change the contact 0 to 1, so I have to select this element, right? So I'm selecting this element with this id, right? So I have selected the element that we need in our javascript, right? Now how we are going to add the card functionality? To add the card functionality, right, first of all you have to select that add to cart. So add to cart, where we have added this class add to cart, add to cart, we have added to this button add to cart, right? In the here, in the this add to cart button we have added this class, right? So we have to select that. When you, when any of, for each means if any of that card that has add to cart button, when any user will click add event is not click, then what we are going to do, we have added created a function, callback function, and in that we have to get that data item. So here, where is data item? So data item, data item, so data item is original cripsy. So this is, and this data item will be different for different section, spicy hot wings, see, so that we are going to identify which menu we are adding to the cart, right? So according to that we have to get the data of that card, right? That's why then data price. So similarly we have added the data price for this card different, this card different. So we are going to select that. Then after this we are going to add card. So add to cart, this is the function that we will create now. Add to cart function, and this function it will take the item and the price and it will add to the cart. So we will create this function add to cart right now. So before that let's see this add visual effect. So added, so when you click on this cart here, cart add item to cart, go to the menu section, click on add to cart button. See the blue background and added text has been shown for a few seconds. So we are going to add with this, add this dot, this means that this the element that we selected where the text will be added and the background color will be this, and for this timeout 1.5 second, for this timeout we have to show this. And after this we have to create this add to cart functionality. How we are going to add this data item into the cart? So to add that we have to create a function add to cart, right? And we have to take the item, right? So this item and the price, which item? So suppose I have created the selected the crispy item and it has a price $12, suppose, right? Now I have to find, I have to find that cart dot find. So we have to find that cart item. If the cart item name equal to item, then what we are going to show? So why we are using this? So suppose in this model, so this is the model, right? So let me remove this. So here in this model we have this family bucket. So we are going to say if it is already in this, right? This family bucket is already in this. So when I click again, so it will just increase the count to 2, 1 to 2, but the this item will be this, the family bucket is showing the only one, it is not duplicating this, right? So for that we have added this, if existing item then add +1, right? Else otherwise we have to push the name of that item, price and the quantity. We are pushing one quantity at a time. So suppose I want to set that user can add item initially 2, not more than that. So you can add the quantity 2, right? Then we have created the add update cart UI, update cart display. So this UI, how we are going to update this cart UI, right? How we are going to display all these things? When we add, we have added, but we have to show this into UI data, right? So how we are going to add? So we have to show this data in the UI, right? So to show that data in the UI we have to create update cart UI. So this function what it does, it take your amount and that item. So if sum plus item dot quantity, so suppose we have a $15, right? So you have added two item, right? So it will like it will add 2 item price. So we have added the crispy chicken here 2, so it will each 5, each is 35, so it is calculating 70. So for that we have added this. Then cart dot text count equal to total item. So here it is showing the total item 2. Then we have to fix to 2, so that it is not so in like in the decimal or something. I want to show as some integer only. Then show or hide cart button based on the item, right? So if cart item is greater than 0 then show, otherwise display none. So here the cart item is greater than 0, that's why we are showing. Suppose here it is 1, it is showing because it is greater than. Suppose I remove this, means the that cart item becomes 0. So that time we have to remove that, we don't have to show this display none, right? and it is showing your cart is empty, right? So we have added the flex and none for that. So how we are going to add a style in our JavaScript? Style dot display, we are using style, right? Then we have to add one more functionality, add to cart functionality, update cart functionality, right? So update cart display. So update cart display, initially it will be empty our cart items. So here it is showing empty, right? When I add this, when I'll go, it is showing this item. How we are going to show this item? A remove button that we have not added, right? In HTML we have not added remove. This we remove add total and all. We have added some data that we need. So we have to add extra data that we want to show. So we can add also using the JavaScript. So with the JavaScript we can add the HTML, right? So here we have added, we have written this HTML manually. Suppose if something is interact on our website, I want to add some HTML element, right? If cart.length get equal to 0, then show this. So what it is showing, your cart is empty, this test, right? And we have a style this like we have style in the CSS, this how we style in the like JavaScript. So the same way we can use it. And how we are going to show in the URI? So suppose we added in the cart item, right? So we will take each item, and each item have a particular index, so that we can identify each item that we are adding. So we'll create a div, and in that div we will add a class cart item like we are doing in the HTML. Now we are going to create the element with the help of JavaScript. Then in that inner HTML, so how we are going to show, like we'll take the item name, item price, and display flex strong small. Here you can see that the change quantity, you can click and which, suppose I have added this also, this, let me go where it is. So let me add this. I have two different item, I'm clicking on this, only this item quantity has been increased, right? So how we are going to identify that which item should increase or decrease? So we are using index, right? Index. So index is a very important property, right? So for each that we are using, if you don't know for each, go and learn in the JavaScript how we are going to use. Then we have to append that item to that cart item, right? So whenever added our item with the this item should be added to this UI, right? Whenever we select items that we have to order, right? Now change quantity, how we are going to change the quantity? So the change quantity function, like it will take the index of that item. Then here we have added one, right? So it is taking the change. So how much you want to change? So suppose I want to change the quantity, right? Cart dot index, first we'll select that item, then we'll get that quantity, then we are going to change it. And if it is less than 0, right, we have to remove that also, right? Cart dot quantity less than and equal to 0, cart dot splice index 1, so we have to remove that item, right? And here you can change the, and you can remove it the item from that cart. And we have to update the cart UI and cart display whenever we change the data, right? So we have added the function, we have called this function, right? Then how to remove from the cart? So how we are going to remove from the cart? We'll select the that particular item with the index, then we will remove using a splice. If you don't know slice and splice, you can go and learn in the JavaScript, right? Then after that, if we updated, we have changed the data, right? So we have to update the UI also in the cart display, right? So we have to change the UI. So this is the UI, and the cart display here it is showing 4 items, right? So we have to update both. So suppose it is showing 4 right now, if I remove this one, so it is showing right now 3, and in here both the things should be updated, right? So that's why update cart UI, update cart display, both the things. So you have to handle all these things, right? Then modal functionality, how we are going to open and close the modal. So when you click on the cart button, right, that cart button, so we have to open that this model, right. So we have added on click event. When you click on this, display become block. So initially we are adding display none, right. So here initially it added the display none. So now we will going to add a display block, right. So here, and we have to update the cart display, right, when we are showing the UI, right. And here we are going to remove that. So display null, close the model. So when we click on this cross icon, it will close this model, right. So from this JavaScript, see how we are going to add. The user will click style or display null. So this is the cart model that we have selected from our HTML, right, using JavaScript query selector, right. And see window dot event listener on the click, what we are going to e dot cart model. So if the target is cart model, then cart model dot style dot display none, right. So let me show you. So suppose here I can close by cross icon also, but if I click anywhere on this like window, see when I click, suppose I click here, I click here, see automatically it will close. See when I click here, it automatically close, right. So how we are going to add? We are going to use window object, right. If you don't know window object, learn JavaScript, right, for more details, right. So it will close this item, right. So this how we have added. Now so see how much we have added the functionality, right, for the small things, right. Then we have a checkout functionality, right. When we have click on proceed to checkout, you open a dialog box and order placed successfully. You have your order summary, one family bucket, two original crispy. Of this, how much the total item, right, and the total bill. So how we are going to show that? So we have to select that checkout button, right. So whenever user will click on that checkout button, then if the cart length equal to 0, it will show the alert your cart is empty. So let me show you. Suppose here I have selected and I am remove this. Now cart is empty, but when I click on proceed to checkout, it will say your cart is empty. So you can show alert like this. And if your cart has some item, right, cart.map, we are going to use map function like for each we have used with the item.name, quantity, and the price, right. We have to select that, we have to, and then we have to join each item, right. We are using join, right. And then we have to show the order summary, right. So suppose quantity in the x, like 2x 3x means 2 item 3 item you have selected, and then price you have to multiply with the each item price, right. And we have to show each item, then it will show a lot order placed successfully for the order summary that we have created, right. It will show and the cart total, right. Thanks for choosing. Then after that we have to clear the cart, right. So if you will not clear the cart, it will show the that item that we have added, right, in the cart. It will show the same item in the cart. So we have to clear the cart also. So clear the cart, then we have to update the UI, right, because we are changing in the cart, right. So we have to update the UI, update the cart display, and cart model display none. We have to remove this model, right. So this how we have added all these small things that we need using JavaScript. Now we have to add Navbar scroll effect, right. So let me show you how we are going to add the Navbar scroll effect. So Navbar, so last scroll is 0. Suppose we have created a last scroll 0, then we have to select the Navbar. When you scroll, right, so current scroll the window page of y offset, instead the in the y axis how much the display the screen is visible. Then if it is greater than 100, then background and the box shadow. Let me show you what is this. So see initially, see the box shadow is, see initially you can see that the box shadow is not, see now when I scroll the box shadow is showing, right. See the box shadow. So we have added for the menu. You can go on the small devices. So initially no box shadow is displayed. When I click on this, the box shadow will be created for the navbar. So how we are going to add? When we scroll and it is greater than 100, calculating the y-axis height, right? And then we have to make the box shadow and the background of this with this style, like we have added in the style.css. Now the same thing we are doing in the JavaScript by controlling like height and width we are going to calculate. So JavaScript makes your life more easier for the more user interaction, right? And if it is less than this 100, then we have to make that background like no back shadow and the background white, right? You have to go for the else condition also, so must do both the things. Then after that, interact observer with for the animation. So how we're going to animate, right? So for that also we have added some functionality, right? So here in intersection observer for the animation. So for we have created the threshold 0.1 and root margin. We have defined the margin for the all the direction, top, bottom, left, right. Then we are creating the new intersection observer, and in this we are finding the entries, right? And let me show you. We are scrolling, right? So when I scroll it, see first it show 3 items, right? And when I scroll more, let me refresh it and then I will show you. So see animation, then when I scroll first and as see before that this three below three item was not showing. When I come to it, when it came to my view, then it is showing, right? So intersection observer, right? Then we can increase the opacity to 1 and translate by 0. So these are the things that we are going to add when to, like when you learn React. So that time you will come to know how we can optimize the performance with your site, right? When to load the data and show to the UI, right? Now we can add a functionality to observe menu item for animation, right? So when you add the menu item, right? So for that also we have added the like the animation, right? So this menu item we have added. So we are adding animation, right? And after that, here we can add the phone number click functionality. So whenever click on the phone number, it should open, right? So when you click on the phone number, first we'll select that element from the HTML where we define our phone number. Then we have added the event listener click, so it will go to this telephone number. So you can add this functionality, right? So that, let me show you. Contact, click on this phone number, right? We have to click on this phone number, right? So how we are going to open that? So to open that, here you can see that the clock call now, and then it will open a pecan app. So with which app you want to call the user. So this how we have added this functionality. Now we have to initialize. We have not initialized the update cart UI, so we have to initialize the cart UI outside in the global object. Then we have to, so then we have to load the animation, right? Add events load. When it will load document dot body style dot opacity 1, right? So we have to show the loading animation also, right? So on load, add event on loading, we have to make the style of that body opacity 1, right? So these are the small things that make the user more interact with our website. Then here we have added the document head for the initial loading. When the initial loading, the content is loading, that time opacity, and we have added the transition for the 0.3 second and age, and the body dot style dot document is 0. So initial loading, so when the user initially load, right? So that time it shows, see the, when I scroll, it will show the animation, right? So see initial load. So we have to add all this functionality whatever the animation on user scroll, on user initial loading, on user viewport. So what are the things that you want to show, you can add in the HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and JavaScript make our work very easier, right? Can add to cart and all, right? So this how we have created our this project, right? And we have successfully added the JavaScript functionality for our cart, right? You can go and check it out, right? And here you can place any order placed successfully. So we have added the functionality for our cart, right? So this how we have created our chicken fried website, right? So this how we have created the fried chicken website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, right? And we have added the full functionality to our site with the responsiveness and the good UI, right? And you can click on, so I am on the currently which section, right? About section, then contact section. So you can go and check it out. So if you have not completed this, go and complete, write the code and check how it's look. So I will create the like deployment of this whole site in the next tutorial. I will show you how to deploy this site on the your internet, right? So that you can access from anywhere. We are going to use Netlify, right, to upload this site right on the internet, and anywhere can go and click on the link and show the your website. And here it is currently on the localhost, right? So we have to make on the particular demo. So we are going to use Netlify, and I am going to show you in the next tutorial how to deploy this HTML, CSS, JavaScript website. So hope you guys like the tutorial, and must subscribe and like and share. So thanks for watching. We'll meet in next tutorial with a new amazing knowledge. So thank you.